This video is all about how you can be successful on YouTube, even if you're just starting out. All right, so I'm out here wandering out in the desert in Yucca. It's kind of near Joshua Tree. My parents actually just built a container house out here, and I'll do a video all about building a container house out in the middle of nowhere. It's actually a really cool place that they're at. It's pretty amazing. Probably wondering why I'm wearing a Arctic jacket out here, and part of that is it's freezing because it's high desert, it's cold, and but it's beautiful, still sunny. Okay, so we're talking about how you can be successful on YouTube, and even in 2019, you know, how do you do this even if you're a beginner? So the first thing that you gotta realize is that it's not too late to start your YouTube channel. Definitely, if you wanna start a YouTube channel, get after it and start producing content. Number two is that it's a marathon, not a sprint. It takes time to build your channel. It takes a lot of just creating content, and it's not gonna happen overnight. So two very important things that you have to think about if you're gonna be getting started into this world of creating content on YouTube. Okay, so I have 7 tips on how you can be successful on YouTube starting right now. So tip number 1 is super important, and that is just start creating and create with what you have. So if you just have your smartphone or you just have like a GoPro, then just start creating content using that camera. You don't need the latest and greatest. You don't need the newest camera. You don't need the newest pieces of equipment. You just need something to create the content with. And over time, you'll start building more of a following. You'll start being able to purchase better gear, but you don't need to spend a ton of money to start. You just need to start. And that's kind of one of the most important things, is just start creating content right now. If it's something that you've wanted to do for a long time, go out tomorrow, go out today, and produce your first piece of content and upload it as soon as possible. That is the most important part, is just to start creating. Right now, I'm just shooting on my GoPro Hero 7 with an external mic, because at the end of the day, the gear isn't the most important thing. I don't need a Canon 1DX Mark II or any of that. I just need something that I can create content with, and right now, this is the perfect piece of gear that I can create a video with out here in the desert. So tip number 2 is find your niche. So you need to figure out what kind of content you want to produce before you start producing content. You can't just create anything. You have to kind of put yourself in a category. So for me, I shoot filmmaking tutorials, I shoot adventure films, and I shoot kind of vlogs from when I'm traveling around the world. So you could put me in like adventure filmmaking category. It's kind of the niche, but a lot of tutorials as well. So you need to figure out what kind of content that you're gonna create and what you're gonna like creating. And so this comes to tip number 3, which is do your research. So nothing is created in a vacuum. You can't just start producing content and gonna have the best content in the world and get a ton of people to see it. You need to see what's being produced out there. You need to do your research. So you need to see what other YouTubers are creating in the niche that you wanna create. How weird is this? This is a Joshua Tree. And with that, you also need to do keyword research. I'll put some links down below in the description to some of my other videos where I go more in depth to some of these topics, and one of them specifically is all about keyword research. Super important, makes it super easy to create videos that will get a ton of views. So I highly suggest checking out that video after you finish watching this one. Okay, number 4 is force yourself to create and put yourself on a schedule. So this is important. You can't just put a video out every like month or every other month and expect that your following to grow and just to build your entire YouTube presence. You need to give yourself a schedule. I highly suggest at least once a week. And when you put a schedule onto what it is that you're doing, it's gonna force yourself to keep creating. And when you have this schedule, you actually get content out. And that's one of the most important things with YouTube, is that you need to just keep producing and you need to keep uploading. If you're always sitting on projects, if you're sitting around waiting to post something for months, then you'll never actually do it. If you keep saying, I'm gonna post a new video tomorrow, I'm gonna post a new video the next day, I'm gonna post, you know, you never actually do it. You actually have to put in action what you're gonna do. So you need to produce content and you need to give yourself a schedule. So I highly suggest once a week, just put a video up, and over time you're gonna learn what works and what doesn't work. And so that's kind of one of the most important things, is just producing content, and then you learn from your mistakes and you continue to produce content moving forward. Okay, number 5 is don't do it for the money. Don't get into this just thinking you're gonna make a ton of money right away. It's not gonna happen. It comes over time. My first entire year of producing content on YouTube, I made $48. So it takes time. Like I said, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. But over time, you can become a full-time YouTuber and you can make this more of a job that is your full-time career. And as you grow, you'll get sponsors, you'll get ad money, you'll get all that good stuff. For example, this is a $500 jacket that was sent to me for free so that I could just wear it when I'm producing content, and it's something that I actually wanted. The money will come, the sponsorships will come, the products will come, but it does take time. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You have to go into it wanting to create content, and you have to go into it enjoying the process of just being a YouTuber and just making videos and creating content, because that is what this is all about. It's not about the money. It's about making content. It's about self-producing. It's about doing some awesome things, and it's creating the content that you want to create and finding your own community and your own audience. Okay, so number 6 is important. It's kind of what I've been talking about throughout this entire video, and that is you just don't stop creating. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. It's more like an ultra marathon. It kind of goes and goes and goes, and you just have to always be creating. If after a year of creating content you don't have very many followers, you're not making any money, you can't stop. You have to just keep going. And that's the whole thing with YouTube. It takes time, it takes research, it takes figuring out what works, who your audience is, and building your following based around that audience. Now, there's a bunch of other videos on my channel where I talk about some different techniques to hopefully make this happen faster for you, so it's not 3 years down the road that you're starting to finally get subscribers. But with anything, it takes time. It takes finding your niche, finding your group of people that like the content that you produce, and it just takes wanting to create content and continually creating content. So that's one of the most important things, is never stop creating. Just keep going after it. If you love this, you're never gonna stop, and you're gonna always just enjoy this process. And number 7 is collaborate, work with other YouTubers. Don't just put yourself in a hole and only be by yourself. You need to be part of the community. You need to be part of the conversation, because we all learn from each other on this platform. We all work together, and that's kind of one of the coolest things about this, is that it's a community. There's no competition. We're not in competition. We're here to help each other grow. We're here to help each other create more content. Like, if somebody reaches out to me and asks me for some help, I'm always gonna help them. I'm never going to say, this is a competition because you have the same amount of subscribers as me. Who cares? We all have subscribers. We all have people that like our content, and our audience can like different channels. It's not that big of a deal. The best thing to do is to work with everyone in this community and not be in competition with anyone in this community. All right, guys, I hope these 7 tips will help you in your YouTube journey, creating awesome content, building your fan base, finding your audience, and just making awesome content. I am gonna enjoy the desert for a little bit longer before I head back to Los Angeles. But this is definitely beautiful out here. And like I said, you gotta just keep creating content. Even though I'm out here relaxing, just kind of taking a break from everything, I still have a schedule. I still have content that I wanna produce. So just taking whatever camera I have with me and producing that content, that's what it's all about. It's just about staying after it, being realistic with yourself. If you can produce 1 video a week, perfect. If you can produce 7 videos a week, then great. It all depends on what kind of YouTuber that you are, what type of time you have. Be realistic, realize it's a marathon, not a sprint. And guys, I hope you find success on YouTube. If you have any questions about any of the topics that I covered in this video, please leave those down in the comments down below. And guys, if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. There's a lot of awesome filmmaking tutorials, YouTube tutorials, camera reviews, adventure films. I like to do kind of a mix of all of that. And also, if you are looking for more ways to be successful as a creator, I have a creator film school that's all nuts to bolts, everything you need to know to be successful at doing this or creating your own production company, anything and everything with the camera. And guys, that's it. I'll see you on the next one.